Good evening, board members and community. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you all about the future of Sweetwater High School's library. It's a very exciting time in the library, and the future looks brilliant. We have some excellent plans for our fantastic library. Those plans include input from the students, staff, administrators, and community members. And this is all in a collective effort to make this library the absolute best resource for students. The libraries that you and I grew up with are not the libraries that our students today have access to. They are dynamic resources for our students, and it just keeps getting better. I'd like to begin tonight's presentation with a quote from one of my favorite authors, Sidney Sheldon. It reads, libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination. They open up windows to the world and inspire us to explore and achieve and contribute to improving our quality of life. Libraries change lives for the better. I love this quote because it inspires me and it reminds me that libraries will always be a great starting point for imagination, innovation, and information. So let's talk about the ideal library for the Sweetwater High School. At Sweetwater, we want the absolute best for our students. Our mission statement is to teach students to become proficient readers who can skillfully access, evaluate, and use information, and to integrate information literary skills into all areas of learning. The goal is to create a library where students and community can collaborate to learn, grow, and succeed academically and personally. Our inclusive library values intellectual freedom, exploration, and a respect for every individual who enters. We firmly believe in our library mission statement, and we want to keep evolving and improving. This evening, we're going to take a look at different educational trends and how the library can support and collaborate with them. We will then discuss some future activities and events, including monthly community involvement. And finally, we'll close our presentation discussing how the library will become a brave space. Let's start this party by talking about educational trends. All classes on campus adhere to California state standards for education. The library is no different. The American Association of School Libraries, has the National School Library Standards. The six common beliefs are that one, the school library is a unique and essential part of the learning community. Two, qualified school librarians lead effective school libraries. Three, learners should be prepared for college, career, and life. Four, reading is the core of personal and academic competency. Five, intellectual freedom is every learner's right. And six, information technologies must be appropriately integrated and equitably available. The standards framework for learners revolves around inquiry, inclusion, collaboration, curation, exploration, and engagement. We value these frameworks and standards because we know that they are the key to helping our students and community succeed and thrive. Another trend we are happy to discuss tonight is students' emotional health and well-being. Emotional health has been on everyone's mind as of late. Since the COVID pandemic, there have been large numbers of issues with students' emotional and mental health. In a paper published on the National Library of Medicine website, the authors discuss or state, that, quote, among public high school students nationwide, 36.9% experienced poor mental health during the pandemic. And during the past year, 43.9% experienced persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness. 19.8% seriously considered attempting suicide, and 9.1% attempted suicide, end quote. This data really emphasizes the need for check-ins with our students. The library is not just a place for books. We care about our students and their well-being. This leads me to support. We support our students to the best of our abilities, whether it's by offering tutoring, brainstorming ideas for a project, helping students express their feelings by doing something with one of our maker spaces, or finding someone to talk to. We're here for our students. Lastly, equity. We value and anticipate to hear from the students. Their voices are most definitely heard in the library. We are all equal in the library, and each and every one of us will be heard. With all those educational trends in mind, now let's look into the future of the library as a space for activities and events. The library at Sweetwater High School will become a hub for all things Sweetwater. We will bring together people and welcome everyone through our doors. Some of the student activities that we look forward to bringing to the library include book clubs, poetry cafe nights, reading incentives and contests, and maker spaces. And these are all student led. The book clubs will happen monthly. The students that want to participate would vote on what book they want to read, and new members are welcome at any time. The students love poetry, so we'll offer them a space to express themselves. We'll have like a coffee shop cafe night. These cafe nights will be open to everyone, all students, staff, and community. And they'll be held in the evening, and we'll sell refreshments. The book club will sell refreshments to get money to purchase their next book that they decide to read. The students will supply evidence that they have read a book also in a contest, and they'll write an online or hand in a opinion piece of the selection that they have read, whether it's in book or online. The students with the most entries will win a big prize, and that prize will be purchased by donations from staff and teachers. We'll also have contests for students to create a new book cover for a book that they really love. And the winning posters will be held or hung, excuse me, in the library. We will also have a podcast that will be live also, and it will be broadcast onto the Sweetwater Library's webpage. Makerspaces will be available for students to create and innovate. Makerspaces will include 3D printing, robotics, gaming, and art. Will help the students relieve their stress, focus on collaboration, question, and innovate. Some events that we look forward to implementing in the library include award nights, and these will honor students, parents, and community member achievements. Meetings for teacher and parent night, counselor information on college for student and parents, staff meetings, school clubs like BSU, Gender and Sexualities Alliance, GSA. All of their meetings can be held in the library. And finally, the library will host trainings for students, staff, parents, and community members. These trainings will be in the form of classes or conferences. The library will have something for everyone. Building on future events and activities, the library will begin to have monthly community involvement. We appreciate the community and know how integral it is to the Sweetwater High School Library. We want to include the community to show our respect and need for input. We plan to have more parent classes to help enrich the lives of parents and community members. Creative events like art shows, movie nights, and fundraising events to raise awareness on some of the community's needs will be offered. We can all work together to help each other. The final component of our ideal Sweetwater High School library is to create a brave space. The library has always considered itself a safe space, but we are transitioning into a brave space. We value equity, inclusion, freedom, and safety as a brave space. The ideal library is now a place where bullying is not tolerated. We are all equal in the library, and no one has the right to belittle, harass, or bully anyone. We are a haven from the outside world. In the library, students find their tribes, and or other students that may be going through things like they are. They can find students with similar interests that they can collaborate with through our maker spaces. The library is a non-judgmental environment. We celebrate individuality and expression. We want to see the students thrive. The library is a comfortable spot where you can take a breather, read, create something, or just pause. All students have the right to this brave space, and our bravery comes from inclusivity and the value for intellectual curiosity and freedom. In closing, I'd like to touch on some of the final thoughts. We're very excited about the ideal library. So with all of these beautiful pieces put into place, when will that happen? Our timeline has actually already begun. We began making changes at the beginning of this school year. We've already implemented a start to some of the events, activities, and educational trends. There's a lot more collaboration between library and teachers. The Brave Space is falling into place as well. We aim to have the ideal library by the end of the 2025 school year. However, this is a work in progress. Past 2025, we will continue to grow and improve. How will all this be assessed, or how will we know that it's working? We'll be collecting data along the way, data on how many students attend events, participate in contests or activities. We'll also survey the staff and students and community to get their input on our improvements. We are very hopeful and excited and hope that you all are too. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you this evening, and we'll see you in the library.